of the season, but another week in the books regarding all things Chelsea. And with that, welcome back to This Week at Chelsea, in episode 16, I believe. Can you believe it? The series where we delve into the news surrounding the club that we all love so very dearly. So please do, before we begin, like the video, subscribe and hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. We are close. We are so close to 8,000 subscribers. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. And as always, let's get into it. It has been quite a week. Potential incomings, potential outgoings. Thiago Silva's departure confirmed. Lukaku to be a part of an Osimhen deal. ZIYECH to Galatasaray on a permanent. And Ian Matson is a Champions League finalist. All amongst other things that we will get into. Thomas Tuchel, the title of the video, of course. But what a season it has been for Ian Matson. Earlier this week, Ian's father spoke out saying, yes, we are working on staying here, meaning Dortmund. Things are not going well at Chelsea since the change of ownership. Not the first time we've heard that, I must be honest. We're happy at Borussia Dortmund. It's a good place to be. Makes you think. It makes you think with just how well he played in pre-season. Once a championship loanee with Burnley, rejected their advances to go on a permanent deal. He then goes on loan to Dortmund, does his thing with Dortmund, all to end up now at the pinnacle, at the very pinnacle of club football. And that is the Champions League final. Is he another De Bruyne or Salah in the making? As fans, we could see his talents a mile away. I've been banging on that drum for a while. I've seen plenty of people also banging on the same drum for quite some time. With this now happening, however, and with his father seemingly pushing the move, release clause set at 35 million, it's almost a guarantee that he's off to Germany on a permanent deal. Up next, and it's an incoming transfer which picked up steam earlier this week, actually, but in the last few moments has coincidentally gained more and more of a possibility in literally the last, at least of recording, like the last 40 minutes or so. The newest Willian, Willian, I think is how you say it, Estaval, at Chelsea could be set to happen. Willian 2.0, or Messinho as he's known. Initially reported back in January, Chelsea have been working for a deal for the Brazilian, also coined as Messinho. It was reported that he does have a 60 million euro release clause, but back then, no club, not even Chelsea, had decided to trigger it. Fast forward nearly 5 months, and here we are. Chelsea, the front runners, even after PSG had a reported 90 million. Plus a few other bits, rejected as part of a deal between him and another player, but the name escapes me, back in 2022. Malcolm? It might not have been Malcolm. As of a few minutes ago, however, Fabrizio has reported that I understand that Chelsea have reached a verbal agreement with Willian Estaval on personal terms. I'm told the initial bid it's still to be sent, but it will be around 32 million euros plus add-ons as talks with Palmeiras. We played them so many times, I always forget. But that will follow. Nothing yet done, but Chelsea remain clear favourites since about January. What are your thoughts on this? A 17-year-old future prospect, perhaps. But at the same time, is it becoming a bit much where it seems that the club just seems to be focusing on farming young talent and nothing else? Up next, and Andr Hutchinson news. He's been in the news as of this week as well. He's had a fantastic season with Ipswich, who have obviously been promoted to the Premier League for next season's campaign. The club finished in second, just 1 point off of league winners Leicester City. Hutchinson scored 10 goals and registered 5 assists during the season, with the second highest goals per 90 minutes, despite coming, well, second, but two top scorers had 13. He had 10. But either way, the second highest in goals per 90. It was reported back in February that several European clubs had been monitoring his progress. Fast forward to today, and Amari said this: I hope to stay at Ipswich Town also next season. We'll see what my agent and my manager says. I am speechless. It's the best loan I could have ever imagined. As of today, Chelsea are said to be ready to discuss the 20-year-old's future, having now also won the Young Player of the Year award at Ipswich. Chelsea will be looking to issue a new loan, with Ipswich keen on keeping him on another year. Up next, and yet another Brighton acquisition, a Brighton recruit. What a shock, what a surprise. I feel like it never goes a week without mentioning something to do with Brighton, but to be fair, this was reported back in February, but now the green light has been given to Sam Juhl, now former Brighton head of recruitment, to start his new job at Chelsea. Juhl was on gardening leave, but it's now all agreed now to start work for the summer window. He'll have a senior role as part of a multi-club project to select new players. What do you think? Another one where it's like either young players who are like 15, 16, 17, or someone from Brighton. Obviously, not a player, but we've obviously recruited from Brighton's backroom staff on a number of occasions, both from managers to you know, you name it. We've done it. We've got them. We've acquired all of them. Like rings on Thanos' fucking mitt. We have got every single thing that Brighton once ever had. Yeah, is that the final Brighton acquisition Chelsea make, or are there surely more to come? Let me know in the comments. And last but certainly never, ever, ever least, Thomas Tuchel news. We finally got to that part of the video, the final story of the day. And I know that there's some of you thinking, good God, Harry, please just let it go. Get over it. It's done. It's over. It's finiti caput. It's getting sad at this point. Well, I disagree. Tuchel spoke out on a potential return to England in the summer. He said this: I'd rather not answer, but it's no secret that I loved it at Chelsea. I loved it in England, and I loved it in the Premier League for sure. Followed by that wry little smile that he's so, you cheeky bastard, Tuchel. We love you. Oh, God. I love you so much. It was a very, very special time in England, Tuchel told TNT Sports. With that said, Alex was very quick to burst any bubble that had formed by saying this last night on Playback.
Thomas Tuchel, there's no way it's happening this summer. No way. No way. I know David Ornstein didn't include his name this past Sunday, right, for the candidates. Well, he eliminated candidates, basically, right? He said, if Pochettino is not the next guy, it won't be Ruben Amorim. It won't be Jose Mourinho. It won't be two other names. I can add Thomas Tuchel to that. That's not going to happen. Not with this ownership. Not right now. Thomas Tuchel, this ownership, they are not going to reconcile. So you can forget about it.
So that's the end of that, according to Alex. Tuchel to Chelsea is absolutely not happening, at least not for now. Fingers crossed, you never know. And that is everything that has happened regarding Chelsea over the last week. Let me know your thoughts on everything that has transpired. Would you take Tuchel back? Let me know in the comments. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. With that said, my name is Harry, up the Chelsea, and peace.